Hi, this is Will from Macclesfield Chiropractic. Today I'm going to go through 3 of my favourite exercises to work on strengthening the glutes. So if you've been told that you have weak glutes or that you need to build more strength in the glutes, then these 3 exercises could be really useful for you. And they're really simple, and you can even do them in your own home. And the first things we need is a band. Usually if you're quite new to this, I'd probably start you on a medium band. A light band is also quite useful for another exercise, so light or medium will be absolutely fine. And then as you progress, you can build up to a slightly heavier band. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on activating and engaging the outer glutes, often muscles which are quite unused, sitting, these types of positions, driving, they're just not getting used very well at all, so we want to start to really activate them. So what we're going to do, loop a band around our feet, like so. And literally we're just going to walk sideways. Little bend in the knee. We're going to walk sideways. A few paces. Keep going. It is quite normal to feel a bit of burn in the sides of the glutes as the muscles start to work. So if this occurs, don't panic. It is pretty normal. Obviously pain is different, and pain we don't really want to occur. So if that's the case, you're probably going to need to speak to someone about it, or you're going to have to change the activity or just reduce the intensity. Okay, so that's lateral walking, or otherwise known as monster walks. Next one most people will be fairly familiar with, it's called a clam. Again, this is to activate the sides of the glutes. The glute isn't just a hip extensor and an abductor, it also works on what we call outwards rotation, external rotation. We're going to work on facilitating that particular movement now. So again, on the floor, just going to lie down, side position. I quite like to feel the muscle, to feel it engage and activate. So we're going to just start off with our own leg as the load. We're going to hold, we're going to pause, and I want you to try and get that mind-muscle connection. Squeeze in the outer glute as we raise the leg. Pause for a few seconds, back down. Repetition-wise, sort of 5 reps to begin with if you're unfamiliar, building up to 10 reps plus. And we're going to be doing about 3 to 4 sets of these. So again, little pause, and obviously both sides, so you can just flip over and from the back. Again, I like to feel the muscle contract and just squeeze it like so. You'll notice that I've just got a slight flex in my hip and a little bit of a flex in the knee as well, 90 degrees. So I'm just going to open up, squeeze the glutes, just like so. And again, sort of 5 to 10 reps, increasing as you progress. That can be progressed also by using a light band. They're not very big muscles, so you're going to find a light band will be absolutely fine to begin with, and a medium band is probably the tops you go to on that particular activity, because they're not particularly big muscles, they're not power muscles. And the final exercise, again, all you need, sofa in your own home, and we're going to work on the extension component, the lockout component of your glutes, hip extension. And we're just going to lie on our back. It's called a thruster. There is another version from the floor called a bridge, but I prefer this particular variation. It just seems to load the back less and load the legs less. It really just concentrate on the glutes, and that's what we're trying to target. So we're just going to have the middle of our back lying gently on the sofa or a chair, soft chair. Again, I like to just feel the muscles work. And in the top position, the lockout position, our knees should be around 90-degree angle. We're going to lift the hips. I'm going to try and squeeze my glutes in that lockout position for 5 seconds. Return. Go again. Squeeze the glutes. Every time you do it, try and think of squeezing the glutes just that little bit harder. Get that activation really going. Obviously, we don't want to be overlifting, and I don't want to be just there. Just at a nice parallel position to the floor. Squeeze the glutes. Now, because the glute is also an external rotator and an abductor, you can play around with your own foot position to see what works best for you and your hips personally. So what I mean by that is, back into the position, I like to do a neutral width, just following the lines of the feet from the hips, but you could go a bit wider, toes just slightly flared out, so we're already starting to abduct and externally rotate the legs now. And as you come up, squeeze again. See what works best for you. You'll target different elements of the glute, and this particular exercise is focusing largely on the glute max. So we can make that even harder. Again, we can bend the knees. In the gym, you could start to add some weight resistance to our lap or waist and do some loaded hip thrusters or with bands across our waist if your gym facility has that. So if you get any questions about that, any concerns, just give us a ring, get in touch with us.